It's November 2nd here in West Virginia. It's low 80s kind of November. It was 84 yesterday. We're going to hit 84 again today, probably break a record high right when these deer need to be starting to kick off, getting on their feet and doing a lot of moving. We're just waiting for a cold front. It's supposed to come through tomorrow with some wind and some rain. Drop down Friday's high is only going to be about 55. And maybe get to around 60 Saturday if the temperature's lucky to do that. So just trying to do some inventory, check some camera cards, see what we've got going on. Where we're at right now is a low gap. We've got this really long ridge that goes through here, and this low gap's traditionally been a place that from about Halloween to about the 15th or 18th of November, whenever those bucks are getting on their feet and looking for does, they come through this low gap. So I've got this card or this camera positioned. I've got a great trail that's coming this way. Right behind the camera are two trails. The way that each side of this hollow comes into this low gap and it funnels right into this spot here. I've got a ground blind about 20 yards up the bank, and we're just wanting to try to take an inventory, see if we've got some new bucks that are showing up on camera, and more importantly, just see what our doe numbers are. I've only been in this spot twice since our season opened at the end of September. Basically just it's the first time I've been hunting from a blind in this situation, in this location. Just wanting to see how the deer are reacting, how they're coming into it, getting a gauge of what we can do from that blind in this location. And I've not been here for 2 weeks. I'm waiting for my camera cards to show that a buck that I'm wanting to kill is either moving in the daylight, or I'm waiting till we hit that November 5th or 6th time frame. I'm on vacation all next week with Election Day and Veterans Day, that whole week there. Plan to be back here daylight till dark, because in this low gap you just never know what's going to be coming out of it. The hollow behind the camera here, behind that location, is a sanctuary hollow. The people that own that farm, I've known my entire life. We don't go in there for any reason unless it's to recover a deer. You're looking at a hollow that's about 400 yards long by about 200 yards wide. It was timbered probably 20 years ago. It's got a lot of beech and maples, a lot of cover in there, a lot of browse, and we leave that as a sanctuary, and deer cross up out of that. There's some good bedding in there, and just behind me down this point is another area where an ice storm had knocked down a lot of treetops, limbs, another good bedding area. So we've got some oak trees in this low gap. This low gap's a natural travel funnel between those two bedding areas, and bucks are going to be coming through there. So we're going to pull this card and see what we've got showing up, and we've got high anticipation for this weekend's hunt when the weather finally cools back down. It's the morning after the 2016 election. Thank goodness all that crap's over with. 72 yesterday, terrible day to hunt, nothing moving too warm. Everything moving late at night. What we've got, we had a front come in last night. Good bit of rain, some wind. All that's finished off right about daylight. It quit raining, the wind quit blowing. It's calm, it's damp. Today's high is only going to be 53. Got everything packed in for the day. We're going to sit all day long today. It's going to happen today. There's no reason for deer to not move today. And after this cold front, we've still got a lot of cold temperatures for the next several days. So hopefully me and the rest of the gang, we're going to make it happen these next 2 or 3 days. great hunt on a tremendous heavy horned West Virginia 10-pointer. Good browse, a great mass, good inside spread on him, a lot of trash. Had this deer in Saturday evening just before dark. Couldn't close the deal, couldn't get a shot at him, didn't give me the right angle. He came in this evening and made a much better turn. He made a mistake of coming in just before dark, giving me the right angle. Been in the stand all morning, all afternoon, all day long, set here today, anticipating that this guy or another 10 that I've been getting on camera would be moving, and lo and behold, just when you start getting discouraged, right at the end of the day, last few minutes of daylight, it all comes together.